The views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of Access Fort Wayne, the Allen County Public Library, or any other supporting groups. If you'd like to produce a show, call us at 260-421-1250.
Hello, welcome to Patty's Page. This is part 2 of my interview with Pam Barker and Bruce Rudolph. This time it's Pam's turn for questions, so here we go. Pam, where were you born and raised?
Well, you're not going to believe this, but I am a native Arizonan. Seems everybody from Arizona wants to be somewhere else, and everybody from somewhere else wants to be in Arizona, which makes no sense. But I was actually born in Tucson.
Tucson. Is it far from where you're living now?
About an hour and a half. When I was 11, my father transferred to Southern California, so I went to junior high school, and college over there, and then I ended up coming back to and living in the Phoenix area.
You said your dad was transferred. What did he do?
My dad was a railroad engineer.
Ah.
And we were living in Tucson, and, they didn't have a lot of industry, and, freight was not, this wasn't happening like it had there in the past, and people were flying, and there just wasn't as much need, and there was in California. So he just decided to make a change, and over he went, left my mom and I here till I finished my 6th grade. So I completed 6th grade here, and then he was already over there and had a home for us, and off we went.
That's good. Well, growing up, who influenced you the most then? Who?
Well, it wasn't my parents. My father loved the cornier and the more hillbilly, twangy, off-key kind of music there was out there. The better my dad liked it, and I did not. My mother wasn't a music person at all, did not really listen to anything. She did love to dance. They were big square dancers. But she wasn't really into sitting around listening to music like my dad was. And so my big influence basically was the radio. And my older brothers, I was a whoops. And my older brothers were into a lot of the 50s and 60s artists. So I either had a choice of listening to my dad's hillbilly stuff or listening to theirs, and I preferred theirs. And so I grew up with a tremendous level of respect and admiration for that era.
So did your family encourage you to continue doing what you're doing now?
No, not really. In fact, my mom got mad at me because I had an uncanny ability to, I hear a song once and I pretty much know the lyrics.
Oh.
And she got mad at me one day in the car because I was singing along with the radio, and she said, if you could learn your lessons at school, like you learn the lyrics of the songs, you'd be a lot better off. So that's kind of, no, they didn't really encourage that. And it was later in life that I finally had the courage, so.
You stick to it. When did you know that you had this ability to sing?
Well, I had always loved singing with the radio, and of course I fantasized that I was a famous singer, and when I was a little girl, swinging on my swing set, singing, some silly song with my little transistor radio. And anyway, I don't know. It was much later when I actually was going someplace and somebody would compliment me on my voice, and I would be startled because I wasn't even thinking about that because I'm just singing with radio. And so I started learning, like, wow, maybe I'm not as bad as I think I am. Kind of went from there.
Well, how and when did you get into professional singing then?
Well, I had an older gentleman friend, a buddy. He was like kind of like an uncle. We called him Papa Joe. He was pretty famous here in the Phoenix area. Cool guy. In fact, school with him, and I didn't want to do that, so I put him off and put him off. Finally, I caved, and he kept bugging me, so I went, and they had something there that night that I had never heard of in my life, and it was called karaoke.
Oh.
And I didn't even know what that was, and I was just amazed that people could actually do that in front of everybody, sing, and they just stood up like they were somebody special and did it, and I couldn't imagine. So I went back every single Thursday night. I don't weird if this was going on all over the Phoenix Valley, you know, and so people were aware that I lived in a sheltered world. Anyway, I kept going back every Thursday for 3 months until I finally got brave enough to try a song. And then I took the mic, went clear to the back of the place under a monitor where no one could see me, and sang so softly no one thought anyone was singing. And I got a little bolder the week after, a little bolder the week after, et cetera, et cetera. We kept trying one song, and of course, palms sweating, you know, tongue swollen, unable to swallow, so frightened and scared. And
Stage
what
fright.
happened was after a few months of this, and I got a little braver, a little braver, a little braver. After I had sung, I had gone into the ladies' room, and there was a woman in there I did not know, and she was very complimentary, how much she liked my voice. I was just absolutely overwhelmed that someone told me that. Couldn't believe it. And from there, baby steps, I just kept going and going until now they can't yank that microphone out of my hand.
So you sing a variety of songs, different genres and stuff. You're not country or rock. What are you?
Depends on what genre I'm in. I adapt to that feel, and that's how I sing the song. It's how it feels to me, and how Bruce's music feels to me. And so if it's I don't sing like, okay, I have a twang because it's country or something. I don't do that. I just sing how I sing, and I do it to the feel of each genre.
So what are or were the things about your favorite artists that impressed you the most?
Well, this is funny. I've explained this to Bruce. One thing that I always found I was awestruck with was the singers that could just pull it up all the way from their toenails, all the way up through their body, and throw it out there at the audience. There was no holding back. It was just letting it rip. And I just was impressed with that. I was awestruck. And I wanted to be like that. I'm talking about people like Sammy Davis Jr., Wayne Newton, Patsy Cline, Jack Jones, Ella Fitzgerald, Tony Bennett. I can go on and on and on. David Clayton Thomas at Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Oh my word! I was fortunate enough to get able to see him. Steve Perry of Journey. Oh my goodness! But of course that was a little later in life. But Sam Cooke, Patty Page, Connie Francis. I mean, even the groups like the Beatles and the Drifters. You know, all the Shirelles. You know, the big fun quality groups out of the 50s and 60s. Again, because I was raised, my brothers were always playing that and having parties and whatever, and that was the music I was exposed to in the car with them. And so I just grew up loving that entire era. And I was pretty much a kid in the 60s, 70s, and I enjoyed that as well. And so I don't know, there was something about that era that was just magical, and it's never been matched.
Yeah, no, it's not the same anymore.
Amen. We had a huge backyard, and a big fire pit out there, everything. This was a long time ago. That wasn't really done back then, but we did have that. So there was a lot of room they'd set up a record player, and everybody would come, and all their friends, they'd have a big party in the backyard, and they could dance, and so, of course, I was a brat, and they probably didn't like me being there with my little friends, but we were, you know, and I just thought that was the coolest thing. I couldn't wait till I was all grown up and I could do that.
Of all the well-known people you have worked with over the years, who was your favorite singer?
Charlie Ryan. He was what a delightful gentleman. And in case you don't remember, he's the gentleman who wrote the song Hot Rod Lincoln. And he actually was the first one to record it, but it wasn't a big hit. And when Commander Cody got a hold of it, he put them both on the map. That's the one everybody remembers. But his actual 12-cylinder bright red hot rod Lincoln was there on display when we performed. It was totally awesome. It was just a piece of history.
Wow. I interviewed Commander Cody last year or so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a good old chap, eh? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I sure love that song.
So,
And it was quite an honor to actually, work with the gentleman that originally performed it and also wrote it. He was just the sweetest little man. He was a very tiny little guy, but just very, very, a really super nice guy. So a lot of fun to be around. I spoke with him and ran into him other times when we performed, but it was pretty cool piece of history.
so I have a music video that we're going to be putting on in about a moment. It's about Fred and Ethel. It's about your two cats that you had. Can you tell me why you...
Yeah, our babies. Unfortunately, we no longer have them. They've gone to kitty heaven, and that's still a huge hole in our hearts. They were our children. They were not like regular kitty cats. They came when they were called.
Yeah.
Wherever we were was family time. If we were in the office, they were in the office. If we were in the kitchen, they were in the kitchen. We were in the living room, they were in the living room. When we go to bed, they had their beds in the bedroom, and that's where they slept.
And they understand English, too.
They were our children.
Yes.
Really. And so again, we were devastated. Sadly, they were older when they had to leave us, and they were about a year and 8 days to the day apart that they had to go.
Yes,
So,
I hear
but
you.
yeah, but the whole time, these two cats, from the time we got them, Ethel was 11 months old when we got her. We got them 2 weeks apart, and Fred was 6.5 years. And from the minute we brought them in the door, they walked over, touched noses, and were never apart again. They could not keep their paws off each other. They were constant companions.
What you will see in the video is not staged. That's how they always were together.
It was pretty amazing. It was a once-in-a-lifetime combination that we were fortunate enough to have had.
And the song is
Of course,
called
it's
The song is called I Love How You Love Me. So let's play it.
I love how your eyes close whenever you kiss me, and when I'm away from you, I love
Oh, that was sweet, the tribute to Fred and Ethel. Thank you for sharing that with us. My next question. You are a multi-award winning vocalist. A few years back you won first place at the Real REEL Awards in Hollywood for your Patsy Cline impersonation.
The red and white dress is for my promo shot. That's not actually what I wore at the Real Awards.
Is that equivalent to the Academy Awards?
It's the Academy Awards for impersonators, and they have this every year. And I believe, I don't remember how long they've been around. It's 20 years maybe, I'm not sure.
It was at the Roosevelt, which was the site of the first Academy Award.
Right. Yeah, was it
1928.
Yes. That's where it was held, was at the Roosevelt Hotel in Hollywood. And like you just said, where the original Academy Awards were held. So it was pretty exciting. And a bunch of friends of mine came, and they were all in the audience, and I was scared out of my mind because, of course, I was dressed up in the dark wig and a dress that I actually bought at an antique store from the 50s, an authentic dress, and heels, shoes too, and I had the dark wig and the blue eyeshadow, and I was scared out of my mind because as we walked in there, here was major news media, local and the news magazines, etc. that were all there at the time. American Journal, I believe.
Entertainment Tonight,
yeah.
Meg, or whatever.
Right. Anyway, I couldn't believe it. So when it was finally my turn to go up, and I was in the category of country's hottest hitter, and I was going as Patsy Cline. And as I walked on stage and was handed the microphone, I was shaking. I was so frightened with all these. There was about 500 people in the audience, plus all this news media. I was very frightened. I thought, what have I done? I'm going to melt right here on stage and don't have to scrape this puddle off. and actually what happened, as soon as I got the mic to my mouth and I said, hi y'all, I'm Patsy Cline, I heard something I had never heard in my entire life, and that was tremendous sound quality. And it just knocked me out, and I couldn't believe it, and I just belted that song out like I owned it, and I won.
Yeah. So you also being Arizona's Entertainer of the Year.
That was pretty exciting. There was a lot of very quality entertainment people that were in this contest,
Whatever you call it.
competition. Yeah, they had categories galore. I was Entertainer of the Year. They had Vocalist of the Year, male vocalist, female. They had bands. They had trios, duos. You name it. There was tons of categories. But the top one, the most exciting one, which I couldn't believe it was me, and that was Arizona's Entertainer of the Year. So that was unbelievably. I've been in a state of surprise and shock all the way through this career of mine in music because I never thought it was possible. I dreamt it. I was hoping it could happen, but I never thought it would because I didn't have the confidence. Boy, I do now. Like I said, they can't rip that microphone out of my hand. I love getting up there in front of people and having fun because Bruce and I together, we create something that causes these people out in our audience to have a wonderful time, enjoy themselves. And they also, all these people go, oh yeah, when we do a song. So we start calling our music, oh yeah music, because that's what they call it. Because we do things they're not expecting. We don't do the exact same things that all the other bands do, the oldies bands, they pick the same exact songs, and everybody's tired of those. We do some of those because you have to, because they're so popular, but the majority of ours is the other things that everybody goes, oh yeah, they remember, and they enjoy, and that is a tremendous amount of pride for both Bruce and I, as well as the satisfaction that just little old us can get up there and have that much fun and cause that many people to have that much fun.
Huh.
It's really, really, really rewarding.
So this is getting towards the end of the show. Where do you see you and Bruce going from here?
Well, hopefully, like Bruce said, for some bigger venues, and we love putting on shows. We would be thrilled. We're very ambulatory. If we could go on a tour, that would be preferable. We have no problem getting out of Dodge. And something, a Branson-style situation, we would be ideal for, and that as well would be a lot of fun. So we're not limited to our neighborhood.
So we're finally doing another video. It's called A Tribute to Our Military. Is that what it is?
Yeah, for
Salute to-
America, I think, or salute.
I salute to our military.
Which
Yeah.
really is a tribute to our military and America.
So we're
And
going
it's
to...
a thank you to those in uniform, past, present, and future. God bless you, and thank you all so very much. And a big thank you from this also goes out to those they left behind to handle things here on the homeland while they had to go do their job and protect us and take care of us. So it's to everybody involved. Thank you all.
Amen.
So here you go with that video right now. We'll be back in a moment.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Off we go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here they come, zooming to meet our thunder. Atom boys, give her the gun. Down we dive, spouting our flame from under. Off with one hell of a roar. We live in fame or go down in flame. Nothing will stop the U.S. Air Force. Anchors away, my boys. Anchors away. Farewell to college joys. We sail at break of day. Through our last night on shore, drink to the foam until we meet once more. Here's wishing you a happy voyage home. Over hill, over dale, as we hit the dusty trail, and the caissons go rolling along. In and out, hear them shout, counter marching right about, and the caissons go rolling along. Then it's high, high, he in the field artillery. Shout out your numbers loud and strong. For wherever you go, you will always know that the caissons go rolling along. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we will fight our country's battles in the air, on land and sea. First to fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marine. Here's health to you and to our corps, which we are proud to serve. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in singing God Bless America. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Peace is the highest aspiration of the American people. We will negotiate for it, sacrifice for it. We will not surrender for it now or ever.
Up in the morning to the rising sun.
Up in the morning to the rising sun.
Gonna run all day till the running's done.
Gonna run all day till the running's done.
I love working for Uncle Sam.
I love working for Uncle Sam.
Lets me know just who I am.
Lets me know just who I am.
Well, thank you too. You two are angels. Thank you for being on my show.
Well, Patty, thank you so much for having us. We really feel honored that you chose us to be on your show. We appreciate it very much.
Right. And we'll see you next week, people. This is Patty Hunter at Patty's Page. Thank you, Pam and Bruce, for being on my show, and we'll see you next week.
Godspeed, my love, until we meet again. You're always in my heart and every dream. Don't let this time apart give in to all our fears. God will keep us close from up above. So until we meet again, Godspeed, my love. God is with us always for the rest of our lives.